So yeah, buzz flash a message, mate, if you're still keen to do that.
Oh, we have a game. We have a game. Oh, playing Wood Elves at 1600 TV. This will be interesting. Who have we run into? We've run into Crunky Chops.
Oh, we know Crunky Chops.
We do know Crunky Chops.
Lizard Coach, I remember him as when he was playing in. I mean, was it OCC? I think it was OCC. Anarian. Yeah, it's Fashbinder's Legendary Edition League. He's planning to start one. I'm sure he'd take you, being a high-profile player and Sweden's national treasure and all that.
Okay, so 7 Fun Factor, Apothecary, 3 rerolls. Yeah, it's fine. Mighty Blow, WarDancer. Tut tut. I don't think we've actually got any tackle, have we? I think this could be a bit of hard work because we've got no tackle. Yeah. Yeah, no tackle for us.
Not yet. Did I say hello, Kurgle? Hello, Kurgle. Stay starts says air raid game, hopefully. Don't know what you mean. What's an air raid game?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So, still, I'm just excited to play Blood Bowl again.
Just wondering how long this is going to last. I'm in a bit of shock. Not normally this bubbly for Blood Bowl. Fantastic. Great. Keep going.
Hey!
Fair play, Aaron. Yes, no, you have mentioned that.
Air raid game, lots of passing. Oh, okay.
How do my dwarves get on the other night, I hear you ask?
Oh yeah, how did they get on?
Frustrating as hell. Would have won, but for a turn 8 Snake Eyes. So it was a single go for it with a reroll, double one. Yeah. But in the end, drew 1-1. Getting from Dark Elves actually. But it was very, 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 very irritating that his touchdown was basically the Dark Elves just had a punch up with us, and despite us having loads of guard, he'd got 2 strength 4, one being Hubris Rakarth Elf without dodge.
Nice one, Chris. Thank you very much.
Oh, cheers, Chris.
Oh my word, all these things are happening. Chris, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I hope the painting's going well. Just to give a quick shout out to those of you who don't know who Chris is, assuming he's come and joined in the chat just to say hello. He is a painter of various different types of figures. I believe he's based over in Canada somewhere. Chris, if you're around, give yourself a shout. I thought that was quite interesting because I know a lot of you guys who are watching the stream also paint, so it was sort of relevant, and I thought that would be good. And he's quite entertaining with it, so nice one, Chris. Thank you.
Hold on. Moobot. That's what Zunkbot. It's a demarcation, that is. So hold on. I'm not going to pay cut, am I?
No, I haven't managed. I haven't managed to work out how to get it to do what I want it to do.
What the actual hell? But I mean, Yeti, thank you very much, and you are in the vanguard. This is the first time that we've had this usurper come and nick off with my thanks for saying things. So thank you very much for the sub, Yeti. Good to have you on board, mate. I'm supposed to say welcome to the Darvo Tees, but I feel like a twat saying that, so just welcome aboard.
Oh dear.
Look, no. I've been being Zunkbot, manually typing all this crap for ages, I might add, and then suddenly you get one whiff of technology. So go on, you can edit that, can't you?
Maybe. I only did it last night, and I'm not entirely sure I did it. So I'll have to leave it be for the time being.
When I right-click on Moobot, I get this bar saying I can ban it.
Oh no! Don't ban the Moobot.
Think on.
Don't ban the Moobot.
No, you gotta rename that. I can't have that. That's not fair.
Right. So what's pondering through my head right now is Thanrod, the lineman on number 8. Can we surf him? Should we surf him? How much should we surf him? That's what I'm thinking right now. And he is surfable. because we can actually frenzy him to the side against us and then surf him out. I'm just thinking about how much resource I want to put into this. Because I'd need 5 players there, a witch elf, so he would end up. That's the first one.
Can I venture that whether or not you want to do that?
That's the second one. Bang,
Kind of depends on where the ball goes, because if it's a deep kick, you might want to stop the wood elves swarming you, obviously. But if it's a shallow kick and Overlordy can pick it up without any bother, you can then commit everybody else to do that, and Overlordy just goes over to where they are. Yeah. Hey, top tip, Dark Elf play there. What do you think?
Oh, it sounds like a great idea. Sorry, I'm just thinking.
Ignis Dragon, hello, mate. Ignis Dragon's talking about a late raid, and did he miss the hype when he went to the bathroom? I'm not sure what he's talking about.
I'm not sure either.
It's early. Ignis, it's probably hilarious what you just said. I just don't understand. I'm old and slow.
Oh, Yeti, sorry. I'm also going to just say thank you very much. Thanks for the sub, by the way. Thank you. Oh, sniper from the crowd.
Good shot. Who was that? Put your hand up. There's a prize in it. Oh, Ignis, sorry, mate. Chris has finished broadcasting, and you've now joined us at Andy Darvo TV for some hot Dark Elf versus Wood Elf action. Who is speaking? This show is hosted by primarily Andy, who you can see in the picture in the bottom left, and I'm Zunk. I help him out.
Well.
Is it a voiceover from the game? Well, it should be, but Cyanide weren't up for it.
I'm just checking it was picking everything up. Yeah. Yeah, the game does pick up some noise.
Welcome to the show, anyway, Ignis Dragon. That's the main thing. You've got the commentators muted, though, haven't you?
I don't think I have actually. I think they are around. Just pondering how much I want to try and push down this flank, and how fast and how hard.
Not being a regular Elven coach, this is something that I'm going to go ahead and ask you.
Go on.
When you've got hot elf on elf action, do you want to go Fulinarian and just score as soon as possible, as often as possible? Or do you want to do what normal sane like people do when they're playing Chaos teams, for example, and just faff about until turn 8?
Yeah, generally mess around.
Madhells asks, well, he says, a lot of the painting streams do an emote raid when they come on to other streams. That's why he didn't understand. So.
Oh, I see. Right, okay. Well, that was a largely ineffective turn. We only knocked one elf over. Bit rubbish. Still, let's see what we can do.
I'll come off it, Inari. You'd have scored by now. We'd be setting up for the receipt for kicking, wouldn't we? If it was you, weirdo.
So in a Dark Elf Wood Elf game,
yes,
you are typically playing as the Wood Elf, as the Dark Elves. You're playing the control team, the bash team, in effect, and you're looking to control the ball, control the game, and trot down. In this specific matchup on the two teams we've got right now, I've got no way of getting the ball back. So, I am not going to be going full Anarian and going for crazy two-turn scores.
Fair play. Got you. What I'm not crazy about, that WarDancer's got Mighty Blow.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
That's not fair. We need to get to some of that, you know.
We do. I have to put the art department on it.
Bushranger, good evening. How are you, mate? Night, Chris. Thanks for the chucking over the followers, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bushranger asks, when playing Dark Elves versus Wood Elves, how do you use your assassin? Certainly not
Easy.
certainly not on the pitch. Maybe get him to make the tea, clean the boots afterwards, run and fetch anything that Kelly or Rachel might want.
I think Chris was. Sorry, I think Bushranger was just rather poking us a little bit there.
No, I can't believe that was a sincere and genuine question. Gruff asks, has he missed any hype for the Champ Ladder 7 draw?
Oh,
Good
blimey.
question.
No, you haven't, but that's a good point. Can someone please remind us to go and have a look? Because the draw has now happened, and I haven't looked and seen who we've got to play. So it'd be great if...
Tell you what, shall I go and have a look?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah.
I find it quite difficult finding the bloody forum on this. It keeps linking me to the page with all the pictures. Oh, here we go.
So that would have been a surf, but obviously we bloody well knocked it over. So we do have a bribe, so it's well worth fouling that lineman now. And I may as well take this free block that we've been presented on the corner. So now the question is, where are we going to put the ball, and how are we going to make it safe? So,
right, I have found it.
Oh right, good.
Are you going to be happy with this? Maybe. You are in Group 7. 7 of 8, obviously. Flaming Death, your Chaos team, will be playing Siren and his Orcs.
That was one of the stronger teams, so no, not especially.
Claw? Orcs, Claw, they don't like it.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, without having the team in front of us, it's hard to tell, really, isn't it? I don't know how awesome Siren is or otherwise. I mean, being top orc, he must know what he's doing. Oh, he's got. Griff says Siren's got two strength 4 blitzers. It's not so much the strength that'll be the problem. It'll be, has he got quite a lot of damage dealing? So more you mighty blow piling on blitzers that can chin us before we chin them. Villanich, good morning. Hi, Crag. Apparently, VG Purist has tipped Siren as a narrow favourite to beat you. Well, who died and made him king? Oh,
Oh, dearie me. 1-1. Blech.
it's Blood Bowl. Anything can happen.
No, yeah, indeed.
Applied for a job this morning whilst I was waiting for you.
Oh, good. Good luck with it. What was I going to say now? What was I going to say? I don't know.
Fanfox believes Siren only had one killer blitzer. You see, that's the
Yes.
thing. If he's got limited amounts of Mighty Blow, and in Champ Ladder he's unlikely to have a 2500 Orc team where everybody's got it. If we target the killer blitzer, and his team's got, certainly we've got Kurgle, and I can't remember
There's
how.
you as well.
That's yes, of course. So we've got 2 Claw Mighty Blow. If we can target that guy and get him off the pitch, suddenly the ball swings back the other way. Oh, and Arian took a set back. He lost his 3 best players in the last 3 matches, facing Pupok twice. Ironically, Anarian, I think, and Flaming Death's last game was against Pupok, and after 4 turns, they just went, nah, this isn't worth it. We actually give him a concede.
Yeah, we did.
Well, good idea. Well, I mean, the risk reward for that, playing out that game, weren't worth it.
Yeah, not on the Monday night of when it was about to go live, was the following day. It just was. That's just crazy. That's just crazy.
Creature Caster, thank you ever so much for the follow. Welcome to the show. Well, Naren, it's that Viking heritage. You can't, can you? Just conceding. It's not in your blood. See, also don't forget, Anarian, that between Sage, Jimmy, and us, you've had enough streamers hype you that people just take one look and go, I'll give up. How many concessions do you get against you?
I just need one guard piece. Just fucking one.
Well, we've got one, but he's off games, isn't he? Is it Blob Skills, our guard blitzer?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I could do so much this turn with one guard guy.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Anarian. We'll keep hyping you, mate. See if we can bump that up for next season. Oh, email from Scan. New PC's on its way. That'd be nice.
Well, that's good. Yeah, there are literally no 2 dice blocks I can throw this turn. None. Without opening with something that's terrible.
Minizot. No, Minizot Garblitzer isn't dead. He's just off games with a note from Matron. You can see him sat on the bench there, the sidelines with the fat wheezy boys.
All right. Well, I say when a situation's terrible, you need to withdraw tactically. So it's time for tactical withdrawal. Oh, this is really annoying. Out doodahed by wood elves. This is just outrageous. Right, how far back can everyone get? So,
Crag, what an amazing coincidence. Well, to be honest, I thought, shall I order the bits, build it myself, and do that? But you maybe save about 100 quid if that, and it's a right old cock on, and you know that when you turn it on, it's not going to work straight away. You're going to have to bugger about with it. And looking at the other want to buy gaming PC places, Scan was such keen on price and the big, reputable, excellent Trustpilot, all that. It was a bit of a no-brainer, really. So I just went with that. Been quite impressed that at each stage of stuff going on, they send you emails and texts. It even sent me some photographs of them making it, which was a bit of above and beyond. Better than that bunch of cowboys got the last one from Andy that we went to.
oh god, yeah, that was rubbish.
Huanshi, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Right. Go
Pablo
on.
says, thing is with... Sorry, do you want to talk?
No, go on, go on.
I was filling in a gap. Pablo says, thing is with Elf, even when someone is outscored, you can still hope to cas enemy players. Yeah, fair play. And some SPP that way. When someone outcas you, you tend to think about your team. Yeah, fair point. I think most, not all teams are mindful of casualties. In fact, I'd go as far to say, ironically, the teams that hurt most from having the players injured are probably the ones that people deem the most dangerous in the first place. And now, bear with me with this whilst I explain what I mean. For example, Killer Orcs, Killer Chaos tend to only get into their stride when those players are level 5, 6, 7. And until they get to sort of level 5, 6, 7, they're not really actually all that dangerous. So if you lose one of those, that's a real setback. If you lose an Elven Catcher with block sidestep, it's very quick to rebuild that. So there's my theorem that bash teams suffer more from casualties than agility teams. Yeah, I see what you mean, Craig. Have you played anything where it... I mean, for example, PlanetSide used to show you whether you were being GPU or CPU throttled. I mean, the obvious choice, unless you've got a really limp CPU and an already killer graphics card, is the easiest upgrade is probably sticking your graphics card in. That's least faff, isn't it? This PC's 5 years old that I bought specifically to play PlanetSide 2. And it's towards end of useful life. It's, though, to be honest, it stopped misbehaving recently because it was starting to show signs that driver updates not quite working right and that sort of stuff. But working fine at the minute. Tell you what, I did hit on. Sorry to divert the chat into PC upgrading. I used to buy sort of fairly cutting edge stuff and be, $2.5 grand a throw, and then 3 years later, it still wasn't really all that quick. So I've pared it back a bit. That I now spend less but upgrade more often. Chuck Seiler, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for the follow. Unbeliever, good morning. You using a laptop, Benarian? That would have been a very expensive laptop, I'm guessing. Having said that, Pablo, this team has had some concedes, and but it's tend to follow the pattern that Anarian mentioned earlier, that if you've scored quickly and then turned him over, as the second touchdown goes on, so you're 2-0 up, often, when it was the first game of the opponent's team, they'd just go, this is a waste of time. I don't want to
Stop it
start
with
this
his
team
shit
with,
dice, please.
0-1. They concede. But I think once you get to this stage where your opponents has got a little bit of effort invested, they might stick it out.
Oh dear, this is proving a challenge today.
Yeah. I see what
Well,
you
look,
mean.
the drive completely collapsed, and we're now playing massive defence wars. We haven't got a removal out of any of the 3 fouls. We haven't got a ditch player, so it's not unlikely. And we just had to run away from the tree.
Well, this Wood Elf team is perfect for countering you. That he's got a mighty blow dancer to do some damage, but irritatingly, he's also got a tackle WarDancer that we can't even just in Blodgeby trust, you know.
Yeah, and Arin, my problem is that I've got no tackle. So how the fuck do you knock it over? It's it is really, really, really challenging. Did he stun himself? No. Good.
It's one of those things where the stars have aligned that he really does have the ideal counter, and especially with our missing blob skills, the guard blitzer,
Yeah. Give.
we've got no advantage. We're as agile, as strong, or arguably weaker if you want to call it the tree, but let's ignore that. So agility and strength the same, and he's faster. So and he's got tackle.
Yeah, and he's got tackle. We're 90 TV. We were 90 TV down. And sorry, we were 90 TV down, and we didn't have a player. We've only got 10, 11 players. So give me back my guard guy, which is worth 130 TV, and because the bribe's done absolutely nothing so far. If the bribe had just got rid of one player or two players, yeah, fine. But and I don't have very much dodge. This is not very nice.
Yeah, the strength 4 throw is a bit annoying as well. To
Yeah.
get the ball off him when he gets it. Yeah. Do you remember I was saying that you're unusually bubbly, and I wonder how long this would last? Well, I know now. It's finished. You're all right though, aren't you?
Yeah, fine. I hate getting bullied by wood elves. Really doesn't mind.
I guess in the plus column.
Hey, there's Mambo. How are we?
Thanks for the follow, member. You've spelt indigo wrong, by the way. It's indio, not indigo.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all right. It's in an update. Just the channel when you're next on. Indio.
Okay.
Right. Well, the tree's rooted, so that's out. Fantastic. I was going to say in the plus column, you have got mass armor 7. So if we can knock over some defenseless other elves, might give us a little numerical advantage. And oh, Yeti. Yeti says hopelessly devoted. Devoted. Hi, Hotspur. You're right, mate. Go on, Kelly, chin it. Ah. Okay. Gruff, will we see the Necro team today? I don't know, mate. It's haven't discussed it really.
Yeah, I think so. So the issue we've got slightly here is that I'm running out of cage pieces. To make a cage, I'm I'm short somehow of building a cage here. We've got 4 pieces, right. Stand. 1, 2, 3. Fuck's sake. That one's got strict tackle. Yeah, this was the problem with it. They managed to put lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pressure on. This team just rolls a million ones. It literally just rolls ones. Oh, fuck off! Just come on, stop rolling ones! Please, just not roll so many ones. It's just... This team is cursed. It just rolls a metric ton of ones.
Oh, no, that's not right, Bushranger. I cherish Rachel's contribution to the team just as much. I just don't want to marry her. So. How'd you lag? Come on, dig deep. You can do it. That's annoying. Oh, shit. Ah, well. Anarian Hotspur asking about why wrestle over block on Rachel. We've got one wrestle witch, one block witch. So we have both.
The normal route that I build Dark Elves is the 4 blitzers go guard, and the 2 witch elves are the leaping, wrestle, strip ball, tackling players that go and fetch the ball. And I build them as control teams and surf things. That's my damage output. With this team, because we started with 3 witch elves, 3 blitzers and a witch elf, which is why I don't do it. We needed some blodge, so I had to put block on Kelly. So that's why it is as it is.
She's getting another double for Mighty Blow next, so that'll all be fine. Inarian, it's not a newbie coach. You remember Crunky Chops from OCC? Used to play lizards mostly. He's doing all right, actually. I've not been following the minutiae to tell if he's been absolutely flawless, but the broad plan of put pressure on and it's working.
Oh, we've crumbled. Oh, it's because he's got the player advantage. I've just folded like a deck of cards. It's been horrendous because we keep rolling. Because we've got no dodge. Because I can't move anything. It's all. Yeah, the whole lot's just challenging.
I have faith in you. That's actually possibly awesome. Am I misinterpreting that, Andrew?
No, it is good, that. Oh, sorry. The reason I'm not excited about it is because I've got to try and work out where the fuck to put the ball if I make the 2+2+.
Well, you've got WarDancer and Choir upfield there. So I'd suggest bring them southwest and bring the others north, and so you're caging up somewhere a little west of the tree. Zunk states the bleeding obvious, but you know that. Yeti asks, does Andy really sack blitzers if they don't roll a double at their first skill up?
No.
He did, but it was in the context of a fairly highly developed league team, and it was replacement blitzers. The team had plenty of cash to do it, and the rest of the team was strong, so he didn't need, another blodge player urgently. It was in context. Yeah, he did do it. Makes quite a good tale, doesn't it? But I don't think he'd do it in this team. So it all comes down to how sharp's Kelly feeling this morning. But she's looking dynamite, so I've every confidence she'll pick this up without incident.
Yeah, she kind of had to.
Just have to buy a lottery ticket. See, there you go. Never any doubt. Well done.
It's like a bunch of 2+s to get a 2 dice on the ball with strip ball, but
Yeah, well, he's got to do that and then get in and recover the ball, which is another string of
2+s.
well, some 3+s surely to recover it.
So he's going to the recovery mechanic is this lineman at the tier can come and provide the assist, and then the strip ball WarDancer can come around the top and just smash Kelly in the head. You push it backwards.
Hello. No, stand firm, lad. Stand firm. Well done. Good.
Yeah, sidestep towards the end zone so I can give myself a scoring threat. I wouldn't have done that, so he's clearly got something else in mind entirely.
Narian may have been right all along. Stick to playing lizards, Crunky. Only kidding. He's a good lad, Crunky Chops. Have you told him we're streaming, by the way?
I think he knows. I didn't specifically, but we'll see.
Why do you think he knows? He doesn't. He's not a viewer usually.
Oh, is he not?
I think he may be completely oblivious. No, never seen Crunky Chops. Just reading up the text there. Hotspur, yeah, absolutely. That emote should be. Oh, hold your breath, everyone. Haha. Fine. Didn't get the ball. That emote should become "Oh ducky, ducky no," shouldn't it? Morning, Frank. You're right.
Oh, apparently he didn't know I was streaming.
Told you. Tell him I say hi as well, please.
Good morning, Frankfurter. Oh, one fell over.
No re-rolls. Done. No re-rolls. I mean, he's used his re-roll. He does have one left. Is what I actually mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, even my inexperience of coaching Elzenar, and even I was wondering the same thing. He maybe got a bit overexcited. Yeah, he's got strip ball, but so what? We'll just pick it up again. That's not a problem.
Ooh.
Ooh, go on, Qua. Chin it. Go on, chin it.
Mm.
Good enough. That's slowed strip ball elf down. Good work, Car. Have a pat on the head. Take a merit. And have a house point for that. Yes, absolutely, Kelly. Couldn't put that better myself. And off she goes. Morning, KLZD. You alright, sunshine? Hey! BFFs off the pitch, Kelly and Rachel. Absolutely no cattiness there whatsoever. You're better off getting Duderino down from the north first.
Yeah. Yes, because he's got dodge.
Yeah. You see? I'm picking this up, aren't I? Picking it up.
Now, the more difficult dodge.
You've got a free block with on a baby lineman if you want down south. Do you want that before the difficult dodge?
Yeah, probably actually.
This is the first game of today, KLZD, and unfortunately we've drawn a good coach playing Wood Elves, and his team is quite well built for countering us. He's got a mighty blow dancer and a strip dancer, strength catcher.
Not perfect, not terrible.
In case anybody's wondering, the 4-point cage with an extra player in it, the elongated cage there. Would you like to explain why that's better than just a vanilla 4-point cage when you've got leaping WarDancers, Andrew?
Yes, so we've got no guard, so effectively the inside of that cage, because you can't cancel his assist, counts as a guard piece. The bad news is that you normally don't perform this type of shape of cage with 6 players. You normally use 7, and there's because you put a player directly behind the Witch Elf. So from wherever you leap in, you can't cancel the assist out inside the cage, and therefore it's 2 dice uphill. So he can get a 1 dice block by leaping in directly behind the Witch Elf. Not so much of a problem if she's got sidestep, because then I can sidestep towards the edge of the screen, and that's fine. But because I don't, I will end up getting pushed directly behind our blodge sidestep blitzer, and when the ball will scatter from there, I've got a 3 in 8 chance that it'll scatter out of the cage and onto the floor. So this isn't great, but he does need to roll a 3+, a 5+, and then a 3 in 8.
Oh, okay, leap worked. And push again.
So the ball will guaranteed to be in 1 tackle zone, probably 2. Oh, that one hasn't. Sorry, that one hasn't got strip ball. So it was a 3+, 5+. Yeah.
The strip ball one Qua cleverly stunned last turn. The stripped ball dancer's currently fertilising the tree. You can take that any way you like. Irritatingly, though, that one does have sidestep. But I don't know
Yes,
how
we're not going to be able to surf that one, and because it's got sidestep, it's a bit of a tricky thing to hit.
Frankfurter asks, when does slow play become a tactic to annoy your opponent? Played a guy yesterday that was taking a minute plus to move his first piece every turn, even from kickoff. If there are any folks out there who are deliberately playing slow to try and phase their opponent, I think A, that's a bit irritating, but B, it's not that effective because that's all it is. It's just slightly irritating. It wouldn't put me off at all. I just think he doesn't really know what he's doing, and think less of him really. Though, I mean, you've got 3-minute turns, and it's not an insane amount of time to think about something if it's complicated, you know. Oh, Bushranger, no. He suggests plan A is in the dwarf playbook is slow play. It's not how I play my dwarves. I tend to play too quickly. That I see stuff, have a quick look around, and think, can I see anything else? Why not? Or anything better, or any dangers, and then just start going for it. I don't double check stuff like perhaps I should.
Okay, so I'm just going to work this through in my head, but the first thing that came into my mind was the lineman Qua can push the catcher, not follow up, and then I can get 2 dice with a blitzer on the WarDancer. But I need to roll a POW, and I need to not roll a 1 in 9. Or, because Kelly's had G5, she can just dodge into the 14 square on a blitz, blitz the lineman out of the way, because she's already got an assist from WarDancer, and just run forwards. So that's a 2+ dodge without dodge. But we've got the team reroll intact right now because we haven't done anything else. And I think I'm going to go with that one because while my first plan was great, it does require rolling dice, which don't. If I roll double skulls and then I roll a 1, that's 1 in 81, roughly. Sorry, 1 in 216. But it could happen. So I think I'm going to just go with my second play because I think it's probably strongest.
Shit.
That was always the problem.
Yay!
That was always the
No,
problem,
it's all right.
unfortunately.
Everything's fine. Well done, Kelly. Slight fly in the ointment there, but Kelly, consummate professional. Smile for the cameras, little twirl, and is it a thumbs down 1-0? Suck that. I think it is. Yes, well done, Kelly. Well, that's the front cover of Hello magazine this week, isn't it? Oh, now, Overlordy and Ducky. What did you want to do then that you didn't? Wake up. Remained in the KO box. KLZD's Lizard team are doing quite well, but he's taken some casualties. Jimmy was putting a run together in Lizards yesterday, KLZD. Are you ahead of him still? I think Jimmy was 4-0 when I stopped watching.
He finished at 5-0 because I went and I noticed that he'd been streaming Blood Bowl, so I went and had a quick look.
Oh, nice. Well, he was in fine fettle yesterday. He was chirpy and sounded like he was enjoying himself. So that's good news. I did talk to him a bit in the stream. Are you streaming tomorrow? And will we see you? And he plans to. So let's see if we can bump into him. That'd be nice. I believe in you, Kelsey.
Right,
You can do it, sunshine.
and you end up getting blocked out. He has to run through
The
there.
work Urgle, yes, Jimmy had 3 concession wins on the spin. Though he didn't, I think he played a bit of the game. It wasn't just to concede, before a ball was kicked. He'd started well, and the opponent went, "No, don't fancy this." Hello, Ducky.
Does anyone want to be Ducky's replacement, by the way, for the next game? I just wondered. Because I don't think Ducky's going to stay awake. Yeah,
But Ducky, you've been a very naughty elf so far this season. That you've been spending a lot of time either being knocked out or dropping the ball or failing 2+ dodges. Maddie, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the show. But I've got faith in Ducky. He will get blodge and he will become unstoppable. No, Hotspur, Jimmy was in no way salty yesterday whatsoever. He was absolutely fine. KLZD says VGP Purist is showing the teams in playoffs.
What, right now or just in general?
I don't know. When was that, KLZD, mate? When was VJP doing the pre-stream? I think that must have been when you were touted as underdogs against the Orcs. Which, I mean, Chaos versus Orcs, you'd normally fancy the Chaos. Ducky, so far, unfortunately, as you've been able to catch the ball, pick up the ball, or do any of the basic elven skills, you actually don't have any star player points at all yet, unfortunately. But that's a temporary state of affairs. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, until he becomes T-Boy.
Don't be unkind to Ducky. Poor
I'm
Ducky.
not being unkind, I'm being accurate. He's been bloody terrible.
People have been using that that emoji with the bloke with his head in the hands and used to symbolise, oh, Ducky, oh no.
Well, that's not a good kick for me. That's not good a kick at all.
Well,
So, right, let's see if we can do a one-turn. We've made it a little more difficult by putting the blodge sidestep piece on the line of scrimmage. But what we will be seeing here is we'll be seeing the grab tree. Oh, you don't want to see that. Still actually not over. It is still doable, depending on where he puts the sidestep. And I don't know if he's in the stream, but it is still on.
I will have a little look.
It's just slightly more difficult.
Crumky Chops is not in the stream unless he's using a different nomenclature.
Okay, so it's now 3+ leap or 3+ dodge, 3+ dodge. I think I'd probably come in directly from behind though. Blitz into the sidestep in WarDancer.
DD Primers, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the show. Hotspur, it's not going to be forever. Ducky's he's practicing. He'll learn. He will get better. I'm thinking of Ducky as he's a wonder elf, wonder kid. That signs of promise now. It's all promise. He'll come into it.
Who is that, by the way? The guy with his head in his hands. Is that a Blood Bowl player?
Well, it's Ducky as far as I'm concerned.
It looks a little bit like Bleeding Hippie. But I apologise if it's not.
It'll be an early Twitch streamer, won't it? That's where most of those pictures came from, I believe.
So let's see what he does now, because it is still possible. Oh. Okay, right, it looks like he's not going for the 1-turn touchdown now then. Oh,
Cheers, Oxford. Yeah, support Ducky. Of course, Ducky is aware of motivational plan B is still in effect. Motivational plan B, if fans of the Darvo T Dark Elf team, or any of you aren't aware, this is where if we're dissatisfied with the performance of the team during the game, after the match, all the names are
Not a
put into a
four.
hat, one's drawn out, and they're taken around the back and shot in the head. It just motivates everybody else.
This is going to be another draw.
But let's not dwell on that, because we're going to win this, and everything's going to be fine. We're all pulling in the same direction. And oh, Ducky. Oh, Ducky. And Overlordy, let's not forget. Gentlemen, why didn't you wake up?
I don't know, but it's just mate.
Gilag says, help, he needs an adult. Why? Are you cutting something out but haven't got any round edge scissors? What do you need help with, Gilag? Are you named on this team? Not this one. You're not, mate. No.
So let's not forget we have still got a bribe. So I'm still confident that we might actually get back to player parity. What worries me is that we still don't have any viable way of getting the ball back. So yeah, Kelly's desperate to get tackle at 31 points. I'll be knocking myself out to get Kelly tackle.
I'll practice tackling Kelly for you if you like on the training field. It's okay. I don't mind. Well, all right. Going for a Mystic Zunk prediction here. It would be tricky to stop Crunky scoring, but if he scores sooner rather than later, 2-1 still on.
2-1 still on. Yeah.
It gives us another chance for Ducky and Overlordy to stop having a little love in there under the duvet and actually get back on the pitch. Yeah, so that'll be good.
Yeah, them two need to have a word with themselves.
Have we now got a 12th player?
Yeah. We have 12 players and 2 have been knocked out.
And a miss next game, so we've got a roster of 13.
Oh yeah, we must have a roster of 13. Yeah. Oh yes, because the last 2 games we've had 1 MNG in both games. By the way, does leap cost movement points? Yes, it does. So if you, it costs 2 squares of movement, so you can't leap. If you've moved your 8 squares and you make your 2 go for it, so you can't then leap at all. If you have moved 8 squares and I go for it, you can only leap 1 further square. Of course, so you've got 8. If you move all your 8 squares of movement, then you try to leap 2 squares. You need to make 2 go for it into those squares as well.
The key obvious way to think about that is that they don't intend leap to be a sort of a double up as sprint. So you can't, for example, if you're running in a straight line, put a leap in there, you'd still end up in the same place. It doesn't extend your movement at all. Was there an old incarnation of Blood Bowl? Didn't there used to be a bug that it did effectively give you an extra movement square, but they fixed it?
Oh, Anarian's saying there's a bug with leap. Okay, Anarian. I'm just going to hand the mic over to Anarian for a second because he can explain what the bug with leap is. Does it not make you roll the go for it, Anarian?
Oh, thanks, Galzady.
Oh, okay. So actually, if you're leaping, he's leveled another elf up. That's good. So it makes you roll an extra move. So actually leaping on Go Fritz is a really bad idea because it's more extra dice. Okay, so what I'm going to do this turn, we are going to not go and put some pressure on the ball just yet. We're going to try and foul this wrestle dodge piece, and if we can do it with the right amount of assists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we should be able to do it in such a way that I get a million blocks, and it really should fall over. So.
Yes, Ironclad, you've been rather slacking in your supporting of the channel as soon as we made you a moderator. Very disappointed. I mean, we're not angry, we're just disappointed. Well, Kelly, now that was disappointing as well. Other interesting news I forgot to mention. BZL's Agility 5, I forgot we took that.
Yeah, that's a brave pick, that one.
It is, but you've got the I can do stupidly annoying elf things, and with the 2 Agility 5 pieces, you've got 1 to sack the ball and a 2nd to retrieve. So I like it. Hey,
Okay,
got
so
one.
we managed to get rid of one. We have got ourselves sent off, unfortunately. So let's see if the bribe works. The bribe does work. Good. But that's pretty good.
Ironclad's a night owl, that's why we don't see him so much. We do stream evenings. It's just unusual at the moment that Andy's on holiday this week and next week, so we're doing daytimes. But usual format is over the weekends and a couple of evenings a week. Fair comment, Andy?
Yes. Yeah. You won't normally see us streaming during the day. So apologies if that's your only time you can watch.
Good morning, T. How are you?
Vilnich, why did we take agility on his first skill? Because I was made to. Was basically the answer there.
I whinged about it, that it was such a good opportunity. It's not. I get why you were hesitant, but once he gets Blodge 5, he becomes really, 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 really useful, doesn't he?
Yeah, if he ever gets there. It's Edge 5 on anything without dodge or block or wrestle is isn't very good. So at the moment it's just fucking expensive. He's a 110k player that doesn't do anything that a normal line elf can't do. Because would you want to dodge him through 3 tackle zones? You know, tackle zone, tackle zone, tackle zone. No, because he hasn't got dodge.
It's potential. He's like Ducky. He's all about potential.
Oh God. Yeah, so Ironclad, I'm aware that TI7 is on. I even watched a little bit last night. Do you know what? I just
enlighten me.
So TI stands for The International, and they are talking about Dota. It's the year. It's like the World Cup, where all the very, very best players go and play.
So you gather the angriest people you can find, and
yeah. So some. Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, for God's sake! Really? Let's take the piss. That's not even the Mighty Blow one. That's not fair.
Right, they are actually going to have to wake up now. Like, they've had 2 chances at not waking up each. They are actually going to have to wake up. That's doubly annoying because we just got to player parity. Just like, wow, we've got 10 each. And then that
Hold
happens.
on. Hold on. The needle on the salt meter just flickered there. Oh, yeah, no, definitely moved.
It didn't.
Did. Speaking of the salt meter, I haven't heard from Fat Man's Picnic the last couple of days. Have you?
No. Oh
Oh,
dear. Was that true, Bushranger? That's just silly. You're there on holiday. That's what you go for, isn't it? I'm there on holiday. What are they going to do? Suddenly at the airport go, oh, hang on a second. You're one of them TI-7 casters. You're not on holiday. You're here working. Silly boy.
well, he just tells them it's a hobby. I mean, I'm casting now, aren't I? And I don't feel like I'm bloody working. I'm still signing on at the DWP. They give me my 70 quid a week to sit there and do this. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I want a job.
If they find out. But Billy, how are they going to find? Like, I get
Well,
that, but
there might
how?
be Dota fans and watch it and go, hold
Yeah.
on, that's the guy I let through. And I'm sure I stamped his passport recreational.
Right. So what? Just say why he's doing what he's doing. He's very scared of the Agility 5 Witch Elf being all Agility 5 and Witch Elf like, which I totally get. Um, so right. He's left us basically nothing to hit again, which is very disappointing. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to hit this line elf because it's got nothing.
Yetias, have I ever considered freelancing? I've I've had some offers for would you like to come and interview for these contract jobs, contract as opposed to permanent. The problem is I'm from the northeast and
That is
currently
a
live
problem.
in Leicester. I want to return to the northeast, and to do that, I want to buy a house. With a contracting job, it's very difficult to buy a house. So I've not pursued temporary positions. No, I'm after a permanent. And the sort of stuff I'm looking at is entirely realistic to get. It's just hasn't happened yet. So keep on keeping on.
Right. I don't want to see a switch, so we are just. I'm just conscious that we don't commit unbelievably heavily onto one side.
The way it's been going though, Bushranger, is that I'll see a job for Hitman listed on Total Jobs or Indeed, and then I'll apply for them, and they'll say, "Well, what experience have you got being a hitman?" And I'll go, "None." And go, "Well, you haven't got it then." So I've tended to apply for stuff that I'm eminently qualified to do. Call me crazy.
Just get dodge. Just get
Yeah,
fucking
fair point,
dodge.
Gruff. I don't. There's not a lot of pressure to do it, other than just the psychological of I don't want to do this indefinitely. Which country are you currently seeking gainful in, Gruff? If you don't mind me asking, just out of interest. Ignis Dragon, lovely having you, mate. Hope to see you again sometime. Thanks for popping by.
Yep. Good evening. I assume you're from Canada.
Canada, really? Come on.
No, no love for Canada in that one. I thought that was quite good.
Canada.
I like
Jeez.
Canada. It's great.
It's gibberish.
Yeah, but they call themselves Canadians.
Suppose.
It is also known as Canada, but they are Canadian.
Funnily enough, Bushranger, I think Thyris did that. And actually, he got the job. He is an air traffic controller. Miracle, eh? Every time I used to get on a plane, I'd think of who's keeping us safe here, and I'd remember Thyrus, and I'd give serious consideration to just getting off again.
Right, can he score? Yes, he can score with a double. Go for it. He's handing it off, and he's going to go and score now. Fair enough. Right, the people are going to need to wake the fuck up. So can we all be a little bit loud in the chat, please, and see if we can wake up the 3 KOs. Otherwise, this is going to make for a very testing Andy Davo on game 1.
Come on, everyone, wakey, wakey. The sun has got his hat on, hip, 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 hooray. All 3 of them have sprung to their feet and aren't going to get killed after the game. There you go, that worked.
Hey, well done, everyone. Thank you, thank you. Oh dear, that was testing, wasn't it?
Plus, because that was bound to work, we sent Florence over the other dugout, and we asked Thanrod, the line elf, she says, does this smell like chloroform to you? And boom, he's still out. Funny that.
Yeah, so I think we have now actually got 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm quite pleased. I've got 11. I think he's got 11 too. 1, 2, yeah, he has. So it's 11-11. Right, 11-11 with 6 turns to score. And 4 rerolls. Yeah, hugs. Right.
Haven't seen Duca for a bit, but the Ultras seem to be enjoying themselves over up in the northwest corner of the stand there.
We haven't heard from them for a little while, actually.
Well, they were a bit anxious, and without Duca to sort of really lead the chance, they just sort of make a bit of noise. But they've set fire to something now. Can't quite make out what it is. Oh, I think it's a wood elf. They're quite flammable, aren't they? Being made of wood and all that.
Yeah, clues in the name, I suppose.
Oh, do you know what? I keep looking at Rich's tea and thinking I really could do with a cup of tea. Can you struggle by without me for approximately 2 minutes? Should be right.
Yeah, I can always struggle by. Right.
Well, you've cheered up somewhat now, so this is okay. This is a good time in which to abandon you for a minute. Be right back.
It's all going to be ruined. It's all going to be ruined.
It's not. It's going to be fine. Who's won UK Bubble more than anybody else?
Yeah,
Who?
that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Who are you? Come on.
I ask myself that sometimes. Right. So. So I'm pondering it's a sort of an anti-blitz setup, and at the same time trying to consider what happens if we get a quick snap. Can I do anything remotely clever with a quick snap? 1, 2, 1, 2. Not really. Right, I think that's okay. We've got the agility 5 on the same side, so let's just swap them around. There we go. Right, anything? Have I missed anything in the chat? Oh, a high kick. That's good. Overlord, are you consummate professional there in the second half? And we're going to do effectively a rerun of the first half, but hopefully not get ourselves into quite so much of a muddle. All the safe moves first, of course.
Oh, Andy, have you seen Sirens just jumped in and said, when do you fancy playing your playoff match?
Oh right, okay, cool. Um,
Hi, Siren, by the way.
yeah, good
Got one.
afternoon. I don't know.
Morning.
Should we?
Morning.
Yes, good. Sorry, good morning. Shall we say today at some point? Does today work? I've got a league match at 5 o'clock this evening. I can't do this evening. Oh, the tree's rooted as well. That's really good. You're around today, okay? Um, we did state um, in the stream we were going to do a couple of Champ Ladder games, so we'll do this one. I think we'll do a Necro game next, and then the one after that we could do Siren. What time zone? So it's currently 11:26 where I'm sat right now. So I'm GMT +1. What about you, so? What about yourself? Are you European or are you from somewhere else? Um, I guess I think I'd like to do it at maybe somewhere between sort of 2 and NA time zone PST. That's Pacific Standard Time, is it not? Jeez. Can you do one in about 3 hours from now? Does that work for you?
Ah, fantastic.
Oh, hang on. That yep might have been the yep to me getting time zone right.
Well, PST is what, about 7 hours ahead of us?
It's just that would be perfect. Right,
So
cool.
that would be mid-evening for Siren if we did. We're talking about 11:30. We're talking about half 1:30 GMT.
Yeah. I think what I will do for the actual playoff match is that I'm gonna make it so I'm just gonna focus on the game because it's quite important. I'm gonna probably um, switch. I might probably switch the webcam off because there's no point being able to just physically see me. Or at least I won't. I'm just going to minimise the chat. So I'll stream it. I'll talk, but I'll only be talking to Zunk. I won't be interacting with the chat too much because I don't know if you're allowed. They might say stuff like, "Well, if I'm playing with 70 people watching, you guys might all be giving me ideas," and I don't think that's probably appropriate. So
Good point. Yeah, America's behind us about 7 hours. So
oh, it's the other way.
this must be crack of dawn for you now, Siren, or wee small hours.
Yeah. I'm also conscious that obviously not only does it affect me when playing, Siren also is if I'm talking about what I'm going to be doing in the turn, um, it works both ways, and it should be a game versus me versus him. Yeah, you guys can all talk, but Worsnid, no. Oh dear, that's the end of Worsnid.
Oh dear.
We've not been very lucky today with the amount of damage that's been inflicted. It really has been a little testing.
Yes, not ideal. Just trying to think how to organise the stream. I mean, what you could do is mute everything and just broadcast away. You know, I mean, like take your headphones off, etc. And if is there
Yeah.
anybody I can get in to talk to? Hotspur, yes, you are, mate. You are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth on the list from top. So yes.
Okay.
That'd be a great idea, Pablo. That would hinge massively on does Jimmy want to? Exactly, Ironclad. That's precisely what I'm talking about. Chilag, I shall add you to the list. Done. Ironclad, when you say got Jimmy on stream, do you mean has Jimmy ever guested on this stream? No, he hasn't. Steam. Oh man. Oh no, I've got him on. I've got him on Discord. It's little letters, and they're a long way away, and I'm old. Leave me alone.
What did he say?
He said, "Have I got Jimmy on Steam?" But I read that as
Oh, a stream.
got Jimmy on stream. I could zoom in a bit and make these letters bigger, I suppose. But, I'm game and Ironclad, yeah, sure. I know they both have the Discord that we use. We use the Coca-Cola one, and they're both on that. So it's just really, do they fancy it? Because I mean, from Jimmy's perspective, obviously he's got his own channel. I don't know how he'd feel about helping me out on this one, or whether he'd just want to stream it himself. But it can't hurt to ask. Yes, Gruff, we definitely don't want to do anything to Andy. He needs absolute silence to give 100%. What time? 2:30 British summertime was the answer. 1:30 GMT.
Yeah. Is the chap still around? Because they'll basically finish this game, play one other, and then we'll go into it. Is what I'd like to do.
Yeah, 1:30 GMT. I don't know if Siren's still with us. But that was the time you provisionally agreed with each other.
Okay, right. How many elves have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9 elves versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the tree being rooted means it doesn't count. So it's 9 plays 10.
Oh, that's a point. Naranto says we can dual cast so that Jimmy can broadcast on his and me on this and talk to each other whilst doing it. That works, isn't it? Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna come massively down to whether does Jimmy want to do it. We're all making an assumption that he does. So
No, I'm not. I'm assuming that he might not, but it doesn't hurt to ask. I'm Clad's
oh, I
going to
see.
ask
Right.
him.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Right. I think we're going to see a strip ball attempt here.
Kurgle, Ironclad's already on it, mate. He'll get an answer. Richard's T's volunteered that if Mr. Fantastic's unavailable, he would step up. So yeah, that would be fine. T.
Okay. Cool. Right. Just jumping back to this just for a second because that's what we're actually doing.
Yeah,
Um,
focus on this. Focus on this. That's taking
um,
care of itself.
yeah, it sounds like you guys have got it under control, which is great. Um, I think we missed something about the chat, by the way. Someone asked something about Civ something, I think. Um,
Yes, Ironclad.
oh, what?
Exactly that.
Oh, right. Yes, sorry. Yes, exactly that. Yes, as Tunks just said.
The simple version Ironclad, it will be roughly 1:30 GMT.
Yeah, which is 2:30 my time. This is right. This is very, very, very aggressive from the elves, from the wood elves, because he's going for base everything, and then come and blitz the ball. The question is, or sorry, the thinking here is that because Rachel is where she is, oh, he's not going to blitz the ball. This is the thing I like about Blood Bowl. That the way I would have done this, and the way that Crunky has chosen to do this, is entirely different. And does it make it an interesting game?
Yes, I'm not sure what. Why did he blitz that guy in particular? What's he
Uh-uh. I don't know. I
hoping
don't
for?
know. I thought he was coming for the ball this turn.
Yes, T. Absolutely, that's right. Okay, that's interesting. Well, I mean, looking at this, I'm thinking that Githastra, the westernmost catcher on that gaggle of wood elves, blitzing him and then trotting everybody northwest would be jolly good at this stage.
Right. First things first. Let's send off him into the great unknown to threaten. The second thing we're going to try and do is... Oh, we got the knockdown.
Fantazora, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the show. Yes, it is a. That's right, T. I heard David Attenborough use it. And now we see the wood elves in their natural habitat, picking flowers for each other to take back to the gaggle.
Okay, we're looking for some pushes. That's what we're looking for here. No, not skulls. Pushes. They're like skulls, but not. That's pretty
Oh,
shit.
Rachel.
So that really was fairly straightforward. We should have got the surf there. I'm disappointed that that's that. That really, really was a very easy fucking surf. Oh well.
Oh well. Never mind, Rachel. You still have adoring fans. Main TV, thank you for the follow. And as if by magic, there's Rachel. Hello, Flower. Welcome to the programme.
Yeah, that's made things really annoying because not only is we didn't get the surf because the first surf goes there, then you go there, then the ball carrier pushes off, follows up, and bang, he's on. It's going to bend my cage out of shape. Deary me. And no one likes getting bent all out of shape.
Morph
1, 2,
from
3, 4,
Vision On.
5, 6.
He didn't mind, did he?
So it was worth retreating this turn, and we're just going to have to bomb upfield the next couple of turns.
Well, with Quar going off to the northwest, though, he's going to have to send at least one elf, probably two, to go and deal with that.
Yeah, deal with it. Yeah. It is OCC match at 5 o'clock, I think, UK time, 4 p.m. GMT. I need to just go and check that time.
Let me do that for you.
And it's 1850 High Elves versus 1840 Necro, I think. Alright, what's he going to do here? I think Giza is unfortunately going to get blitzed.
On the match day thread, it says Friday at 1600 UTC, which is indeed 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you're playing Buzzkill.
Yes, Wood Elf Coach. Okay, so he's coming in for the cage. Oh, he didn't make the cage jump. That's unfortunate. What turn are we on? Turn 14.
That's better. So there you go, Rachel. Do it when you want. Come on, Ducky. Push him into the crowd. What could go wrong?
You can't use sidestep when you're lying down, can you?
I don't think so.
Which means we could stand you there. Can you get the WarDancer as well?
It's a bit advanced, isn't it, viewers?
You need to stand something there. So you need to stand a piece in there. 3 dice block push. You end up standing there. So that's the first push.
This would never have even occurred to me. Morning, Hellboy. How are you, mate? Dear me.
Fuck the WarDancer. There we go.
Obsession with surfing in Well, worth it. Got rid of a WarDancer, Tony. And plus, the psychological damage to Crunky will be quite significant. Oh, got one. Oh, well done, Duker. He's got the lads round and they've chinned it proper. Oh, that was nice.
100 bits for that. Thank you very much, Henry Judas.
Henry, you're a star. High five. Cheers, pal. I mean, Tony's got a point. You know, it's a gamble, but these were a heck of a lot of 3-die blocks with a reroll in the pocket, so it wasn't super risky. And we were looking for defender stumbles or pushes, which are very likely.
Oh, Petty Soda, Lord, thank you very much as well. I appreciate that. Thank you.
But that was rather smashing, wasn't it? And plus, we got the added bonus, of course, that Githstra, Capture Elf, is also in a whole world of pain. Did Crunky say anything in reaction to that outrageous bit of surf foolery?
No, not yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can get over the halfway line. It's done there. I like that. That's made me pleased. I'm afraid, guys, it's probably not going to get better than that. So thank you for joining us all today, and we'll be back tomorrow to try and do some more outrageous surfing.
That was pretty good, wasn't it? I like that.
A self-surf. Oh dear. Just sounds painful, that one.
Need to really get up the field a bit, don't we?
Yes. Shit. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is a go for it, unfortunately, to score. Well, it sounds like T wants to do it, so that's also a good thing. So
yeah,
right,
I've seen it ironclad, acknowledged.
just while this is taking his turn, I'm going to run downstairs and put the kettle on because I really need something to eat and drink. And I'm going to try and do it between the game, but I may as well boil the kettle while we wait. So I'll be back in just a second.
Richard's T's volunteered to stand in already. Yep, any of that works for me. Well, we'll take T and ironclad, either or both, depending on who's free at the time. And you never know, Jimmy may respond also. So we will see how it goes. Would appreciate the support, Anarian. You'd be cheering for us, right? Andy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you're back. He's just turned over. Thought you were going to make a cup of tea.
No, I put the kettle on.
All right. That was quick.
It was already full of water because just before we came on air earlier, I filled it up and then never. I ran out of time.
Oh, tea, yes, absolutely. Scoring is priority one on the agenda, absolutely. What time is it EST? It will be 1:30 UTC and GMT. EST is what, 5 hours ahead of that? Sorry, behind that.
Not a double skull. You only have to. Oh, fucking useless. Oh no. No. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. I'll have to make a 3+ now that I didn't need to make. Fucking bombhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I go for it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's absolutely terrible. That's gonna maybe mean we're gonna draw. That's unbelievable. Oh yeah.
Kevin, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the show. Do you want to stand up choir in the northwest as well?
Yeah, I think it's worth just standing him up. Oh, that's outrageous. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Do you know what what we've done wrong there? Is that my last move where I dodged away the elf last turn and he ran backwards into my half. I hadn't appreciated it was turn 4. It was turn 14. Not I'm going to have turn 14. So in my mind, I'm a turn behind where I thought I was going to be.
Oh dear.
So he, instead of the elf being all the way over, yeah, he's too far back. Okay, so we're going to see, he's going to come and try and steal the ball. Which makes sense. So strip ball doing a thing. It's probably about the best bounce I could hope for here. If he hadn't used the reroll, I think we'd see a 1 dice on this lineman. Onto the ball and push it out. This could bloody go anywhere. Or it could just go there.
Overlord. Well, he's rested the entire first half on his back in the dugout box, but you've redeemed yourself now, Sunshine. That was a timely catch. Well done. That dancer doesn't have sidestep, so blitzing that to push it, and then you've got a short pass or a go for it to do a handoff to Rachel.
Yeah.
Either of those.
At the moment, unless he cancels the assist from the ball carrier, it is just simply 2 dice block on the WarDancer with Rachel, with Kelly, sorry, into 2 dice block, and then push it out with the other blitzer that's D-Stark, and then we can just wander off and it's 2+2+. In fact, that hasn't changed it at all, because it's still to walk through that diagonal.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine.
So in fact, on the knockdown dice, we don't want to knock down the WarDancer on the first block.
And you don't want to both down from Kelly either.
Yeah.
Hiya, Pedder. No, the Chaos lads have qualified for Champ Ladder 7, and that game's happening at 1:30 p.m. GMT today, so in 2.5 hours. And this season, we will be mostly playing Dark Elf and Necro, I think is the second team.
Yeah, Dark Elf and Necro, yep. And there's a load of people put their names down to be on those 2 teams. So if you want to be on one of the teams, please stick your name in the chat, and we will consider you. Just be aware that there is now currently a fairly long waiting list.
Carol Langer, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to the programme. That's one of the ones you didn't really want. I mean, you've got you could Farron could block other elf out the way, and that would then restore us back to the same requirement. I see what you're going to do. BZL's going to push him.
Farron is going to block one of them.
Right.
Just pondering, just for a second, if I'm going to use BZL, because he doesn't have block, so he is a turnover magnet. And he's in the way. So do I need to move him out of the way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So actually just running up the edge is fine. So
a pedo, Andy's Chaos will be playing against Sirens Orcs.
If I don't get the knockdown.
Again, Pedo, yes, absolutely, that is what we went with.
Just make the dodge, just make the dodge. There we go, that's fine. Right, so we can now dodge through on a 2+.
Wormthrax and Anarian, you called it. Well done, gentlemen.
We rolled a double 1.
Well, you can't legislate for Snake Eyes. Hard lines.
That sucks. So this team have managed to draw again. Fuck my life.
Doesn't matter.